Good afternoon and welcome to State Newsfile. I'm Will Manzik. Tone Arma will have the look at the latest sports highlights later. What can we expect?
Well, Will, we could expect some Trojans box scores, and the Flames continue to struggle.
We'll have a look at the weather as well with Jake Stagerman later today, but here's today's top stories. The City of Calgary's upcoming budget was released publicly for the first time on Tuesday. It was presented to City Council ahead of deliberations later this month. If the proposed four-year budget is approved by City Council, the average single-family home in Calgary will see a property tax increase of 5.2% next year. Monthly waste cart program fees are expected to cost $25 in 2023. Calgary transit fees are also increasing by 10 cents throughout the 4 years of the proposed budget.
For the city to provide safety, the city to address crime, the city to address transit, and the city to grow, truth be told, grow the value that we provide to them.
Looking at the operational funding budget, $69 million will go to public safety improvements, $41 million will go into mobility improvements, and a one-time funding of $44 million to climate initiatives. Over at the capital funding, public transit fees will see a $559 million fundings added, $153 million will go to affordable housing, $77 million into the Calgary Police Service, and $50 million go towards the Calgary Fire Department. Thousands of kids were homesick from school in Edmonton this past week, and Alberta Health Services say respiratory illnesses are on the rise earlier than normal in the region. Dr. Tassine Lada, who has worked in pediatrics for over a decade, has said this is the worst flu season she's ever seen, from both before and after the pandemic. Alberta Health Services on Friday said it has seen an increase in respiratory illnesses in the past week. This is resulting in an outbreak in schools, at especially in the Edmonton zone. Lada said this has been a bad time for viruses like influenza, the common cold, and respiratory syncytial virus. Currently, more than 14,000 kids have been stuck at home due to illness. This week in Calgary has been about reflection and remembrance. Many veterans and families affected by war gathered down along Memorial Drive to remember, cherish, and mourn the lives of fallen soldiers. Spencer Melke is live in the newsroom. Spencer, what's going on?
Well, Will, it's really a beautiful sight. Crosses have been set up row by row to highlight the importance of remembering our fallen veterans. Every day for the past week, there have been sunrise and sunset ceremonies to pay homage to each soldier. The crosses have been put up each November since 2009 and has been one of the most powerful tributes in the city. Each cross represents a different soldier. Retired Mayor Kent Griffiths says that each fallen soldier has their own story.
We have fallen that are as young as 16 years old and as old as 68. There are sets of twins that are represented here, and all of the crosses here are representative of Southern Albertans who lost their lives in the military.
The Night of Light celebration will take place from sunset to sunrise of Remembrance Day. Lanterns will be placed in front of the 3,600 crosses and burned throughout the night.
That was Spencer Melke reporting from the newsroom. Thanks, Spencer. Make sure to wear your poppies this weekend to honor our veterans. The COVID-19 pandemic has affected everyone's lives for the past 2 years, and with restrictions being lifted, life is finally headed back to the normality people are used to. Things like youth sports are finally able to start back up and a return to a normal season. The Calgary Mavericks and the Calgary Cowboys faced each other for the first time this season. Travis Neal has more on the game.
On a cold, snowy night, two youth football teams took to the field to battle it out. The two teams, that are both very early into their respective seasons, look to see improvements from their last game for the upcoming regular season. Head coach of the Calgary Cowboys, Ray Biggs, says how he wants to see some improvement from his special teams.
Well, I think for this game we really want to establish our run game. Defense is starting to come together, and then obviously we're all kind of putting together our special teams this early into the season, so we think we're going to have a lot of improvement on our special teams.
Even though conditions were harsh, the Cowboys came out strong against the Mavericks, winning the game 29-7. With a potential full regular season coming this year, Jesse, who is a player for the Cowboys, says how happy he is to finally have a football season back in place.
Oh, I love it. It's amazing. I'm super pumped to be back at full force. No COVID restrictions or anything. I'm super happy that we can play together, all together, see the buddies again, make new friends, make new memories.
Youth football players have lost up to 2 years of playing due to the COVID-19 pandemic. However, fans, coaches, and players are hopeful that a full season will be played this year. For State News File, I'm Travis Neal.
Those are the top stories for today. We'll have a look at your full forecast after the break. But first, Jake Stegerman has a look at what's going on in Calgary this week.
Looking to get in a positive mood and have a good laugh? You can enjoy a stand-up comedy show by Jay Farrow tonight at the Laugh Shop on Blackfoot Trail. Down at Fort Calgary, there is a Remembrance Day service taking place tomorrow. Admissions free for anyone who wants to show their respect on this important day. The Ballroom and Country Dance Studio is hosting a dance night for any experienced or rookie dancers to get a groove on. $10 cover charge to build your dance circle on a fun Friday night. As Christmas is around the corner, the Good Shepherd Church in the Northwest is having a Christmas craft fair this weekend. With the weather getting colder and snow on the ground, find handmade gifts and decor for all your winter festivities. Grab your tickets now and start your Saturday night off right with this sexy and fun showcase. Epic Burlesque Troupe is once again taking over the Back Alley nightclub. Doors open at 5 o'clock as the show starts at 6:30.
Welcome back to State News File. I'm Jake Stegerman with your weather. As we look over in Western Canada, Vancouver is the warmest at 6 degrees. Edmonton is still seeing the colder temperatures at -16. Regina is a bit warmer at -12, and Winnipeg, which is rare for them, is 3 degrees with the sun shining. Now let's look over in Eastern Canada. In Toronto and Montreal, they're both seeing above mild temperatures at 7 and 8 degrees. St. John's and Halifax are both still above zero as well, with the sun shining. Now let's take a look where everyone would rather be down south.
Temperatures south of here are looking great. A warm 20 degrees in Palm Springs, a little warmer but experiencing some rain in Barbados at 29. Cancun and Honolulu are also hovering just below 30. Orlando is rainy for the day at 24, and Las Vegas has cooled down to 16 but still sunny.
As we look at Calgary today, we are -14 with the sun still shining. There's a wind from the northeast coming in at 7 kilometers an hour, and we're going to see much more sun ahead. Now let's take a look at our province. Up north in Fort McMurray, it is -8 in the sun and sunny. Grand Prairie is a bit cooler at -16, which is the low, matching Red Deer and Edmonton. Banff is the warmest in Alberta at -3. Now let's take a look at the 5-day forecast. Tonight, the low was -24 with clearer skies. Tomorrow we move in with a little bit higher of a temperature at -3, and the weekend the sun will be around with temperatures being average at 0 and the low being -12 on Saturday and -12 on Sunday. Monday also will still be pretty mild with the high being -1. Now after the break we will have Tone Arma with your sports.
Rupert's Land Institute is mandated to provide access to personal and career achievement to citizens of the Métis Nation of Alberta. Whether you're an entrepreneur just getting started, or someone looking to learn trade skills to enter the workforce, or a post-secondary student looking for funding, Rupert's Land Institute is here for you.
Come and learn the fast-paced world of television production. Find your passion to write, shoot, edit, and direct news, sports, and dramatic productions. With industry standard technology and the best instructors in the business, SAIT's television production program teaches you everything you need to know for a career in broadcasting. This is television production. Come and dare to be on air.
Welcome back to SAIT News File. Tone Arma joins us now for a look at the latest sports highlight. Tone, what's happening?
Well, the Flames continue their losing ways, but first we're going to look at the St. Men's Trojans hockey team. The St. Trojans men's hockey team have faced Concordia University of Edmonton twice, with the first time being a big win, but not the second game. The Trojans lost 7-3 in a convincing loss as Zach Huber and Dylan Shives scored 1 goal each for the Trojans, while the scoring varied for Concordia. The Trojans will ice the loss off and prepare for their next matchup against the University of Alberta, Augustana. The Calgary Flames come into this game on a 5-game losing streak. Picking it up in the first period on the power play, Nazim Kadri rips it to open the game for the Flames and put them up 1-0. Game is tied late in the second period until former Calgary Flame Dougie Hamilton roops it into the corner. Now, onto the third period. Tyler DeFoley hits it off the post and in for Calgary's second power play goal of the game. New Jersey would answer, though, with 8 minutes left in the game. Nico Hischier goes 5-hole and wins the game for the Devils. This is the Flames' 6th straight loss. The Flames had 35 shots to 20 shots for the Devils. Flames head to Boston next. The St. Trojans men's basketball team is on a 2-game losing streak after being blown out by KEYANO College. The Trojans had only 3 players in double digits, each of them with 10 points, while KEYANO College had 4 players in double digits, with Jussie Thompson being the highest scorer with 22 points. The Trojans got outscored 3 out of the 4 quarters in the game by big numbers. The Trojans look to snap their losing streak in their next game against the University of Alberta of Augustana. The Edmonton Oilers lost their last game in a nail-biter against the Washington Capitals. We pick it up early in the first period. Warren Fogle gets the puck and drills it in to put the Oilers up 1-0. Big shot. But minutes after the Lightning have a 3-on-2 and Brandon Hagel gets the puck and snipes it to tie the game at 1 apiece. Now, the second period. There's a big scrum near the net, which leaves Connor McDavid alone as he gets an easy goal to go up 2-1 for the Oilers. A few minutes after, though, Connor McDavid will strike again. He's able to get the puck to Leon Draisaitl, who's left alone, who makes no mistake with the backhand. Edmonton wins a close-knit game with Jack Campbell having 35 saves for the big win. The Oilers head to Carolina next. After an ugly loss to the Chicago Bulls, the Toronto Raptors want to get back to being consistent. The Raptors so far this season are 6-5 this year with so much to prove. The Raptors are getting the bad end of bad news, though, as Pascal Siakam, their leading scorer this season, went down with a groin injury in their last game. The Raptors will have to push through with Fred VanVleet leading the way as they square off against the Houston Rockets next. And that's a look at sports.
Well, it does seem to be a bad week to be a Calgary sports fan.
Yes, unfortunately, they started off 5-0, but now they've lost 6 straight games, Will.
Well, I mean, they always got the chance at Connor Bedard if they keep losing, unless they lose that draft.
We'll see. We'll see.
Jake will show us the 5-day forecast once again.
Tonight, the low is -24, so still a bit chillier overnight. Tomorrow, also still seeing that low at -22. As we move into the weekend, the high is 0 on Saturday and Sunday, so clear skies and the temperature definitely getting warmer. And the Monday high is -1, so we are definitely getting a lot warmer. Yeah. And the low on Monday will be -12.
A lot warmer.
Well, with the weather, it looks like it's warming up, unlike the Calgary Flames.
Yeah, who've lost 6 straight, unfortunately. But I think in their next game against Boston, I think they'll strike again and maybe get a win this time.
Get back into that win column,
yes.
Trying to do what the Edmonton Oilers are able to do.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah, don't want up north being better, so that's for sure.
Yes, for sure.
What else do we say? Well, thank you all for joining us at today's State News File update. Hope you all have a great day and goodbye.